Diane with Bolan-Beaty Boogie. This week on the show, I did ask Mark if he would speak about this specific topic for us. We don't normally get into politics, but at this point in time, what I feel is happening in the U.S. is beyond that. It's about personal freedoms and our rights. And I wanted him to address the fact that a lot of us are feeling fear, disempowerment. I was speaking to a friend a few days ago, and she said, well, from where I'm sitting, I have no power to change this. And she chose not to have anything to do with news, and said her mental health was at risk. And I respect everyone's viewpoint and what they feel they need to do that would be best for them. I go back and forth. Sometimes it's too overwhelming for me, and I try to take time off. I only look at news medias that I feel are most truthful, and but it's still hard for me. It's still hard for me. And I feel empowerment, but we may not feel like we're the people who necessarily go out and protest. So I wanted Mark to speak to that. And if we're feeling disempowered, how can we get that back? So I think it's something that I know I needed to hear this week. So I hope you enjoy the show. Again, we have a website, www.channelingmarc.com. There's a lot of great information on there from the past several years. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, this is Mark. Yep, I've been waiting. Yep. I've been waiting to come in for this one because it's very important. Okay, it's very important. Okay, so yeah. Hello, everybody. Yeah, this is Mark. You may know me as Marc Bolan from the rock band T-Rex. I'm in spirit now. Yeah, that's obvious. I know. They're saying, yeah, I have my friends here with me, my spirit friends, my interdimensional friends, and I'm bringing in a little extra, not help necessarily, but friends today, okay? Because this is a really important subject matter. Okay, so let's start. So Diane has asked me, okay, she'll talk about it, okay? She'll talk about it. She has asked me and Spirit to come in and talk with all of you, okay? Yep, and it is very important, okay? Yeah, and yeah, so yes. What? Hold on. Yeah, I want to get my why we're here today across first, okay? And then we can invite in some other friends. Okay, so yes, Diane has been seeing on what her social media, right. And personally, okay, people who are feeling more and more disempowered, feeling scared, fear, okay, fear. And feeling uncertainty. Okay. Yep. And yeah, valid. Okay. Yep. Valid. Okay. Yeah. Did I stress that one enough? Okay. So she asked me to come in and invited Spirit, of course, to offer any, no, we don't really do any predictions, okay? Yep, no, we're not going to do any predictions, but we're going to maybe talk with you all. And maybe, well, we might look at, we'll see what happens, but basically she would like us to come in and see if there is any assistance we can offer you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let's get the show on the road. Okay. Yep. Yeah, we do have some friends here, and I'd like to bring them in right away. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have inordinately. Okay, maybe that's not a word Diane says a lot. So inordinate. Okay, let's just say large. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to bring in a fairly large amount of energies today, and they're going to be a mix, as we normally do, okay? Yeah, what? Yeah. No. Okay, go on. Yeah, somebody, what? Who's saying bipartisan? Who is saying that? Okay, well, yeah, if you want to say that, yeah, that's coming through. That's coming through. So it's a blend of whoever would like to join us today in spirit, interdimensionally, okay? And any type of energy, okay? Yeah. So, yeah, and they've been waiting. They've been waiting. Okay, so let's just say this is a big deal, okay? What is happening now in the US and in the world, okay? And Diane would also, yeah, I'm going to bring that up. Diane would also like me to talk about how this affects just personal lives too, not necessarily via any type of politics, but just personal. Yeah, you personally. Okay. Okay. So yeah, don't let me forget that one. Okay. Okay. So yeah, let's welcome the guest in now. Okay. Now, yeah. So if you look from, if you can see where I'm looking from, does that sound right? Does that sound? Okay, so if you were in my space, okay, and you could see what I am looking at, there is a very, 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 very large waves of energy coming in, okay? This is very important what is happening, like I said. So, yeah, here, no, I'm just giving them a little bit of time to come in, okay? Okay, so, yeah, and we might not have time to introduce you all, okay? So, yeah, so if there's a spokesperson who would like to come through or come forward and, okay, here we are. Yeah, well, we're bringing guests in because we want to get a lot of different viewpoints and how the spirit world, how the universe is seeing what's going on and what assistance they would like to give, how they would like to help, okay? Okay, yeah. So we've got a few coming forward. Yeah, about 3. Yeah, well, I'm seeing 3 large groups here. Okay, and you're separated a little bit. So I'm suppose, yeah. So your spokespeople or spokes energies, I guess, spoke spirits, spoke energies, for the 3 different groups. Okay, so yeah, let's. Okay, yes, the energy on the left here. Okay, now what's your specific? Okay, what's your specific energy? Okay, you're representing spirit. Okay, great. And the middle energy is, yeah, representing interdimensional energy. And right. So those in the universe, physical, non-physical, and then who are you? Okay, what? None of the above. Okay, so can you be more specific? Yeah. Okay, so you're not concerned energy. That's what it's saying. Okay, you are concerned energy. Yeah. Yeah, well, you're looking a little different. Your energy is different than the other 2. So I'm not. Yeah. You're a little shy. Okay, you're looking a little shy, and standing back a little bit, and that's fine. But yes, we would like you to participate because your frequency is very high, and very very loving. Okay. Okay, so everyone, so let's address this first, okay? Now, Diane, and we have all been seeing, okay, the energy surrounding what is happening in the United States, right? The States, right? Okay. And it's happening all over the world. We're not just limiting in this. It happens, yeah. I mean, it's most prominent now, because of what is happening there, but it is not just there. It is all over the world, okay? There is a lot of aggression. There is a lot of, just in general. Well, you all know what's happening. Yeah, you all know what's happening. Okay, so let's look at the first, the first, not issue, but the first, okay, let's just call it that. The first, what we would like to talk about first. Okay. Okay. So, the feeling of, okay, powerless, being powerless, being, being, right. Diane's going to talk about that a little bit more, but hold on. Yeah. So just the feeling in general that this is out of your control. Okay, it may be something that you didn't ask for. Other people from other countries who have experienced something similar are going to know what we're talking about. Okay, so basically, what can you do? And yes, so we're going to look at energy. Okay, now, as we've said before on the show, okay, the majority energy of a place, okay, of a physical place. Let's say it's the earth. Let's say it's a country. Let's say it's a town. Let's say it's a neighborhood. Okay. In general, okay, there's a vibe. Okay, there's a vibe wherever. If you go to wherever you go, there's a vibe. If you go to a park, the energy might be different. If you go to a congested city, the energy might be different. Okay, yeah. So if you just pay attention to the energy around you, you're going to see a difference, right? Because there is imprinted energy, but there's also the energy of who and what is around you. Is it a tree? Is it a concrete building? Is it people who are very busy and running about, right, that type of thing, okay? So, yeah, and we've talked about that before, right? So, in general, when all this energy is combined, it's going to form a new energy, right? And that's what energy does. Energy likes to combine and create new energy, right? So that's what energy does. There's no way that you could be, on a physical planet and not be affected by the energy around you. There's just no way. And that's why you're there. Okay, that's why you're there, in order to experience this. Okay, that's one of the predominant reasons you're there. Okay, so let's say, yeah. Okay, so let's just talk about the specific country that we're dealing with more or less today, which is the United States. Okay, so yes, so there is an energy in place that is wanting to upsert the energy that is there right now. Right. And so, okay, yeah. So if you're feeling, okay, well, what can I do? And yeah, this is important because it could, this is also true of any type of personal experience you're having in your life, okay? Maybe it's a relationship you're having, maybe it's a job that you're going through where you feel that you don't make a difference, okay? Or you feel like maybe a slight difference, okay? Or maybe you're feeling that whatever you could do is not going to be enough to get you out of a situation or to change the energy. Okay, so let's look at it this way. Let's say you're an individual. Let's say maybe physically you're not strong. Maybe mentally you feel weakened. Okay, maybe you feel like there's nothing you can do to change things in your life, or maybe you feel that it's just too much. It's overwhelming for you. Okay. So, but let's just look at energy, and this is going to be this is going to be important, okay, for what's coming, okay, and it is your own personal energy, and we've talked on the show a lot about, about how all of you, everyone makes up this universe, okay, and how each one of you is important to that. All right, the past lives you lived, the current life, the current physical life, yourselves in spirit. Yeah, it's all important. You're all important. You all make this up, okay? And we've talked about this before. It's important to rethink that, okay? In the sense that, well, not rethink necessarily, but reiterate how important this is right now, okay? Yeah. So if you look at the energy of maybe an individual who says, well, I'm just a person here. There's nothing really I can do. It's a government agency. It's some or a faction that is in power, and there's nothing I could do about it, okay? But so look at that energy. If you just want to, so picture that energy in your space right now. Not necessarily in your space, but in your mind's eye, okay? What does that energy look like to you? Does it look, so it looks like maybe it's, if it was a wave, would it be wavy? Would it be straight? Does it look like it creates a big spark? Does it look like it creates, so energy can be bold in the sense of maybe a color. Okay, so with this energy, would it look maybe more of a weakened color, or not as bright, I guess I should say, not as bright as maybe an individual or an energy that says, you know what, I'm gonna do what feels best for me. Okay, I may, and you can. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to bring up. You can resist, okay? No matter what is coming your way, if it feels like something that is not going to be for your highest good, you can resist this energy, okay? And just by thought, just by saying, okay, well, it might look bigger than something that I as one person can deal with, but I can still resist this, okay? I can still resist this, right? And no one can take that away from you, okay? No one can take that away from you unless you let them, okay? Okay, so that's important. That's important. Okay, so when you look at it, the energy of, okay, well, you know, I'm going to stand strong in my own space and in my own self and in my what I feel to be true to myself. Okay, that is going to make me the happiest, make me feel, yeah, empowered with who I am. And then look at that energy. Just envision what that feels like to you, and you can play this yourself. Basically, it can be a role playing model for you or exercise. Say the one thing. Say where you, and then do the other. And how does that energy feel in your space? Does it feel different? Yeah. Right. Try it and see how it feels. And then think to yourself, okay, well, if I could do this, if I can change my energy, if you, in your space, from one to another, why can't I do that all the time, right? Why can't, okay, and there's a good point somebody's bringing up. Well, how do you keep this going, right? As Diane may point out, okay, it's not the easiest thing sometimes because, many of you go to work, you come home and you're tired, right? You're tired, and it's hard to keep up kind of a battle. Right. It gets exhausting. You have to pace yourself. Okay. You have to pace yourself. Okay. And Diane may talk about that more. Okay. And it's important for, I'm talking from spirit, but it is also important to have a human experience, somebody in a physical body or having a physical experience to talk about that. And she will. Okay. This is all, what? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm talking. Okay, let's talk to the guest. Okay, spirit. Yes, what would you like to say? So you are, so you are representing a very large portion of spirit energy. Okay, and what would you like to say? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Very important. Okay, so the spirit energy is saying yes. And all the energies are saying this together. Okay, you are not alone in this. Okay, no matter what struggles you are facing, right. You're not alone. You're being healed. Okay, healing energy is being sent to whoever would like it. Okay, and you might say, well, how is that going to affect my day-to-day existence? Well, it's up to you. That's up to you. Okay, but it's there if you want it. Okay, it's there if you want it. And how to access that. So you know what? Yeah. Just ask for it. Just tune into it. Okay. Just focus on it because it's there. Okay. It's there. They're saying all of these energies are saying that you can tune into it if you like. Okay. And it may affect you, each one of you differently. It could be maybe a sense of calm. It could be a sense of maybe just floating a little bit out of your body, just accessing who you are as a spirit. Accessing the universe. Okay, you could picture some planets, you could picture galaxies. So it's tuning into energy that is there and wants to help you. Okay, to help you heal. Okay, or to offer some support. Right. Because what they would like to say to all of you on Earth is that you are not alone. Okay, you are not alone. Things are being watched. Okay, but again, okay, it's a majority. It's a majority. So even if you're saying there's nothing I could do, it's too overwhelming, blah blah blah, that's of course your choice. But if you look at energy, let's say you're looking at energy that is holding some form of resistance or some form of being empowered, even if you're not maybe physically doing anything, if you're holding that energy, if you're saying that, yes, I am an empowered spirit individual, and I am going to resist anything that comes my way that is not going to serve me for my highest good and those around me, okay? If that energy is in place versus the energy of relaxation or energy of indifference, that's going to make a big difference. Okay, that is going to make a huge difference in what happens around you. Okay, so we would like in spirit, in the universe, and the concerned energy, okay, would all like to, yeah, to share that with you, okay? And so it's important, it's important, it's important. And like we said, this can affect any aspect of your life, okay? Any aspect of your life. So yes, we are here to, well, encourage you all to stay empowered, to feel that you are not alone. Yeah, not alone, that you always have power. Okay, and we're not talking about necessarily destructive power. Of course not. Of course not. There's energy. There's power within who you are. Right. Okay. Yeah. Diane just sent this in. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, she wanted me to just talk a little bit about. Okay. So how do we feel? How do we feel when we decide to come in to a physical body? Okay. How does the spirit feel? Okay, yeah, you're usually very excited, okay? You're usually very excited because you've spent a long time planning this. There's a lot that goes into planning a physical life. And so when you come down and you're excited, you feel empowered, you've just left your home, you've just left where you are most supported, you are excited about making this new life, this new creation, and experiencing all this, right? So yeah, Diane was asking me, okay, so at what point has this changed so much that people are, that they've lost that power within themselves? They no longer feel it. It's gone, right? So, okay, so let's look at that. Do we, yeah, we've got time. Yeah. I am talking a lot, but our guests are hopefully, they're saying they understand, and they will, they will talk when it's necessary, or I give them a chance, right? Okay, yeah. So, okay, so this may not be something you want to look at today, okay? But it's important. It's important, okay? Because if you can kind of, pinpoint is the word, where this might have changed. It's basically going back and saying, okay, well, do I know where, was it well, it could have been parents, it could have been family, it could have been friends, it could have been a spouse, it could have been anything. But if you can pinpoint it, okay, if you and it could be multiple times, but something's come into your space, something that, something's come into your energy that has told you that that's not true anymore, okay? So it's important to look at that and say, okay, well, I don't, or if you can, current time. So let's say you're saying, well, I don't know, it's too much to go back and try to find out where I changed my viewpoint of myself. Because when you come into, like I said, right, when you come into a body from spirit, you're 100% empowered, 100% empowered. And you're living the experience that you want to live. So if that's the experience that you want to experience, then that's that. But if it's not, then then you have a chance to look at it now and change it, right? So let's say you're saying, well, I don't know, I've had a long life, I don't know, it's too much to look back on everything that's happened to me. Well, start from today, which is what you would be doing anyway. Current time is the most important time to be in. So go ahead and say, well, okay, well, this may have been yesterday, but it doesn't have to be my today, right? Right. So just remember the energy, thoughts. No. The empowerment that you felt, okay? The energy that you felt when you came into this physical body, and try to reclaim that, okay? Try to reclaim that. And, it might take a while. Okay, so they're asking, maybe, can I give some suggestions about how to do that? And you don't have to think. No. The brain, even though it's obviously a powerful computer, is not necessarily, the best tool to use for this, okay? It's more a sense of well-being, it's more a sense of power. It's an energy that you carry with you. It's the energy that makes up who you are. That's the source to go back to, okay, or to go to. Heart, emotional energy, it's there, Okay, it's there. It's just calling it back and making it present tense, okay? Making it current energy in your space, okay? So yeah, you can forget about what's happened in the past if you want. Yeah, well, sometimes if you can recall maybe a specific incident, then you can release that. You can release that, and that is often hard to do. Okay, but sometimes if there's a few incidents where you think, "Ah, yeah, I think that could be part of it. That could be part of it." Then you can look at the energy, blow it up however you want to do. Say, this is no longer serving me for my highest good. I release you. Okay, so you can do things like that. But like I said, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we have just a few more minutes, I think. So let's. Yeah. I want to ask our guest, if they have anything they want to say. Yeah. We haven't heard from the universe. Okay. Universe. Yes. What would you like to say to our viewers, please? Okay. Something similar. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So something very similar. They are here. They are here to support all of you. Okay, obviously, they're doing what they can. They're doing what they can. But again, it is very hard for all of these energies to intercede. Interrupt. Energies where the majority may be. Because they have to go with the majority. But there are ways that they can get through. To do healing. No. They're saying, of course, if anyone asks for healing, they can get that through. Of course they can. But it's changing the larger, But they're saying there are specific or special circumstances where things might be possible. So that is out there. And they want you to know that. Okay? And then the concern. What? Concerned energy. Yep. Okay. Yeah, you're very quiet. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you feel very, very, very old, and you are not. I don't. You're not letting me really look and see who you are, but I know that you are well-intentioned energy. Right. And you're very much more powerful than you're alluding to or showing me. And I know there's a specific reason for that, but is there anything that you would like to say? What? Yeah, they're saying it might be necessary at this point in time, if you feel it, to look more to your spirit self than your physical self. Okay, so look more to who you are as a spirit versus who you are as a physical being. Now, of course, it's basically but they're saying that might help you more. That might help you more right now to find this empowerment if you seek it. Okay, thank you. Okay, great. Yeah, I think that's all the time we have. Yep. Okay, yeah. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you for our guest. Yes, for taking the time to come visit and right. Great. Okay, yeah. And what? Oh. Somebody's asking. If it's necessary to come back, we will. Okay, we will. If it's necessary that this energy or this if it changes, or if we need to come back and speak again about this topic, then we will. Of course we will. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. This is Marc, and I am signing off for this week.